Welcome Tristin Meza to Hustle and Pro. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, so a couple icebreakers off the top.
Okay.
Who would you say is like your favorite all-time athlete?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yes, I love Dirk. Speaking of Dirk, so we're in the Comerica Center, which is where the Legends play.
Yeah.
And when I walked in to meet you, I walked around the corner and they
big
moved
Dirk,
the statue, and it kind of scared me. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dirk's over there today." You know, you never know where he's going to be in
They move him around because he has wheels on the bottom, so they move him around all the time.
He wheels around the place. So, I guess first I want to know why we're here. What's your affiliation with the Legends, and what's your role with them?
So last August, I applied just as an intern, and then I got hired. And then so during the season, we have setup in the morning on game days, and then in the evening, it's the actual game. And so the setup is kind of like Dirk and like any Legends related stuff. All of us interns set that up in the morning, and then in the game, there's a bunch of different stations.
Yeah.
So there's the kid zone.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, you've been to Legends.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
There's stuff placed all throughout the
Yeah.
arena. So you're helping set that up.
Yeah, and then the game day, we usually get stationed to a different one each time. They try to switch it up, but for the most part, I was in Kyle's media team, which is at the scores table and displaying the ads that are on the front of the scores table and then behind the goal. And then during the summer, we do
Kyle's
camp.
awesome.
Oh,
I've written articles about a day in the life of Kyle,
really?
from morning to game day and the prep and everything, because I think that stuff's fascinating. All of the I don't know what you call it, audio video stuff, but whatever that is called. I just think it's really cool to see how they prepare for it.
And then we have a little headset, and then he won't always be talking to me, but you just hear him talking to work stuff around the arena, on the screens and stuff on the TV. It's pretty cool.
There's a lot of moving parts.
There
I think that's cool. I bet you learned a lot from that piece.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I hear you were involved over the summer.
Yes.
With kids camps?
Yes, camps. We do them either at the Star or at middle schools in Frisco. And then they're Monday through Thursday, ages 6 to 14. It's pretty good experience. It's all about fun, really.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they make it really fun. My son has done many of those, and he loves them.
Do you do any this summer?
Not this summer, but he wanted to. And Malcolm's gonna kill me. When I went to register, they were already full and sold out, and so it was my own fault. But he's done them for several years, so winter and summer.
Okay,
ones.
I was about to say we have some in the winter too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that, and then there's clinics or community events. So last weekend there was a new chiropractic place that opened in Prosper, so we went there.
Yeah.
And just had the little Legend station, I guess. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, community outreach and stuff like that. Okay, so had you worked with kids before, or was that kind of your first?
No, I worked. Yeah.
So then, tell me about your sports background. Where'd you grow up? What were you doing sports wise?
So I grew up in Dallas, and I guess I just started playing soccer at 3. My parents just put me in it, and they said there was always a bunch of kids. Then you just see me kind of running away from everybody. And then,
in a good way? Or?
Yeah, in a good way, just with the ball.
Okay, because sometimes you hear the stories of the kids that are over there picking grass or picking flowers or whatever, and they don't want to be out there. So you were running away with the ball, doing the right things. Yeah. Okay.
And I played only soccer probably until middle school, so 12, 13, then basketball, football, track, and then I got into high school. And so high school I played, so freshman year it was soccer and basketball.
Okay, freshman year soccer. And what high school are we talking? You said Dallas.
Crandall High School. What's east of Dallas?
Okay, Crandall. Small.
Yes. Well, they used to be. They're 5A now.
Oh.
And they have an indoor stadium. Yeah.
Okay.
They've grown a lot.
I was thinking smaller for some reason. Crandall.
It used to be pretty small, but since it's right east of Dallas, everybody's moving there,
Gotcha.
Land and stuff. So.
Okay. When you went there, how many? Do you know what was your grade size, or how many did you graduate with?
237.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I know exactly.
It's small.
Yeah, it is.
For 5A,
yeah.
But you said 5A.
Yeah,
now.
so now they
anyways, sorry, derailed
No, you're fine.
So freshman year, soccer.
And basketball.
Basketball, okay.
And then sophomore year was basketball, but I quit halfway through the season. Then I joined football, and I was still playing soccer too. Then junior year was just football, and then senior year was back to just soccer. So.
That's a lot of moving around.
Yeah, I was pretty indecisive, but
yeah, your coaches were very patient with you, letting you, or you were just they're either great, let's let him mold him and whatever, or let him make his decisions, or you were just that good of an athlete that you could get away with it.
No, well, it was the first option you said until I eventually stopped playing the sport entirely.
Yeah.
So
then they're done with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basketball coaches you left me mid-season. You're not coming back. Yeah, but you didn't want to.
No.
You were football, soccer at the end there. Did you have other siblings, and what was your like sports vibe in your household?
So me and my older brother, we played soccer. He played soccer too. He's 2 years older than me, so sometimes I like practice and play with his team.
Yeah.
And one of my uncles, he's called us like the Parkers as a joke because we were like always at the park. Like Monday my practice, Tuesday his, and Wednesday mine, Thursday his, and Saturday and Sunday games. And I also have two younger sisters, but one of them's in drill team in high school right now.
Okay.
And then the other one, she played sports for a little bit, but it wasn't really her thing. So.
Yeah. That's a lot though. 4 kids, mostly all active in sports or school-related activities. What about your parents? Were they into sports too?
My dad's into soccer, and then my mom, she didn't play sports, but so she went to SMU. She graduated from SMU, and but she's not a sport person. So.
Was your dad into soccer before you? Like that's probably why you were steered there young. Yeah, that's how my household is. Because my husband, I played soccer from 3 on up, also through high school. For fun in college and as an adult, like old lady soccer, co-ed adults, like it's so stupid now to think of it because I'm so bad at it. It's really funny. All that you'd think I was like good at it. I'm not. It's just I've always played on bad teams that needed people. But my husband's good at it, and that's because he's so into sports. Like it steers the kids a little, but like if they don't love it, they're gonna get out of it. Like one of our kids was done at 10, and the other one's still going. But you never know what sports. But that's kind of So your dad probably threw you in there first because that was like his main love. Yeah.
So I only played soccer like I said until middle school. My brother, he played like soccer, t-ball, basketball. But we were both soccer for college too. So.
Okay, I want to talk more about that too. Soccer for college.
Yes.
So before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break because there's lots of college soccer stuff I want to talk to you about. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. We'll be right back with more of episode 159 with Tristin Meza.
This episode is sponsored by Tumbleweed Textiles. Tumbleweed Textiles t-shirts, hats, tanks, sweatshirts, collared shirts, plus houseware items, and so much more are authentically Texan. Their unique designs are hand-drawn and inspired by Texas music, history, food, and fun. Find the latest from Tumbleweed Textiles online at shoptwt.com, or better yet, visit the Tumbleweed Textiles flagship store in the heart of the Rail District on Main Street in Frisco, Texas. And now, back to the show.
All right, we are back with Tristin Meza. So we were talking a little about, or you were mentioning you and your brother both played college soccer.
Yes.
So tell me about that. Where did you go?
So I went to UTD in Richardson, University of Texas at Dallas. I only was there for 1.5 years. My whole freshman year I didn't play. I was hurt. And then my sophomore year, I don't know, I feel like I kind of like stopped too early, like gave up on myself too early. So after like 4 or 5 games, coming back from an injury, I just didn't really like how I felt.
Yeah.
So I stopped playing. But so that was 2019 of the fall, and then 2020 when I transferred schools, I still wanted to play, but then COVID hit, so like a bunch of like schools like weren't
playing or letting athletes on campus even. So what type of injury was this? Like was this something that happened while you were like training at UTD or something post high school?
It happened my senior year of high school. I tore my ACL in practice. So.
You were already committed and going to UTD, so you knew that was your next step.
Yes.
But so did you get to finish your senior year?
No, it happened like right before this. Yeah. So I was playing club, and then like December, I think, whenever high school was about to start, it was just like a high school practice, which my coach didn't really like us playing high school, and my parents didn't either for that reason. Yeah.
That's a sticking point. So it's a sore subject sometimes with. So wait, which practice you got hurt at school?
High school.
Okay.
High school,
yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, and then
so you had to go tell your club coach that you're hurt.
Yeah, so we actually had practice that same day, and like I still showed up because I didn't know it was torn.
Yeah.
Like it hurt really bad when it happened, but like I got up and like walked it off, and then so it was like a month, I'd say. I was like kind of just running on it and like or trying to run on it, like walking on it until like I just went and got an MRI, and then they said it was torn. So.
Yeah, some people go a while not knowing for sure. You try to push it, and then it does, probably makes it worse.
It felt weird. Like I could kind of jog, but when I tried to like turn and stuff, it just wouldn't like let me.
Yeah. So you missed your senior season of school and club.
Yes.
And so you were done with club. I mean, but you still got to like experience the school teammate scenario.
Yeah, I was still there.
So then you missed your freshman year playing at UTD. So then, and you weren't feeling it when you got back into it. So then what made you make a change then?
Well, another reason is they didn't even have my, like what I wanted to study. So I was kind of just there for sports, and it didn't really work out. So
Doesn't make sense anymore?
Yeah, I just make a decision, and then I ended up leaving. So
yeah, so what was next then?
So then I went to Richland, like I said, that 2020, and I wanted to play there too because they have a pretty good program, but then COVID hit, and then they weren't taking tryouts in the spring, summer, or the fall. So I was there 2 semesters, spring and fall. And then after that, I was like, no. And then I was like, well, I guess I have to go to like an actual school. So then I was just like, I'll go to UNT. But I think it worked out for the best. Yeah, I like it.
UNT's awesome. I like it. Okay, so then how long have you been there? Like, what year are you?
I'm an upcoming senior this year. But it's my 5th year, like I said, because I transferred a couple times. So.
Yeah.
And I got there spring 2021 is when I got there.
Okay, so you're about to start your official, like, final senior year.
Yes.
So all that moving around, and you're starting this last year of college, your focus has shifted from being a player to then what, like, are you doing more coaching, or what's your role now?
So ever since like I stopped playing, like I miss being around like the environment, but I didn't want to play anymore. So this last spring semester, I had a class called Coaching Soccer, like at UNT. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite class I've had.
Yeah.
But the coach for that class, he, I guess he knows the head of ODP, Gary Williamson, and then so he's like reached out and said, anybody want to help coach ODP this summer? I was like, I do. So. I played in it too when I was younger, so I was familiar with like
the program, like what it is. Yeah. So it's Olympic Development, or what is it?
Yeah, Olympic Development Program.
Okay, I didn't know if there was like a different word for the P part of it or something. So this guy you mentioned, is that a local thing? I just always thought it was like a national program. Like, is it local?
It's local and national. So there's like North Texas, South Texas. There's like some for each state, like Georgia.
Okay. Yeah. But it is everywhere. I just, when you mentioned your coach class teacher said he knew the guy. Like, is the guy local or like the local guy?
Local. Yeah, the local guy. Yeah.
Local enough.
So the coach of the
high
class,
enough up to where he could hook you up with.
So the coach of the class is Coach Hadwick, Coach Rick Hadwick, and then the head of like the ODP, he's like head of North Texas ODP. Okay. So he only does North Texas.
Okay. So what did you get to do with them, or is that not happened yet?
No, I've done it. So the last 2 Sundays, so they always practice on Sundays, and the last 2 Sundays were tryouts for the 07 boys. So I kind of just would evaluate the players and then give it to the coach, and like we'll move them up and down depending on how they do. So.
That's fun. I mean, it sounds fun. What did you think of it?
Yeah,
tell me what you think.
I liked it a lot. I don't know, kind of. I could definitely see myself doing that in the future, and they said they'd like to keep me for like the season 2 when they like finalize the team and stuff. Because it's not like gonna take away time from like the kids' club team, so it's only once a month practices on Sundays, and then they'll like travel, do tournaments and stuff.
Because their club kids are players first, and then ODP is like a layer on top of that where they're getting pulled to be like showcased.
Yes.
But they still have to keep all of their like club commitments first, right?
Yeah. And then also like if they make the team, I think they have to make like a certain number of ODP practice to like stay on the team. Well, that's how it used to be. I don't know if it still is like that.
Probably. But. I mean, otherwise it's hard on the coaches to like keep a consistent look at their development if they're bouncing in and out. So once a month, they probably tell up front so they can plan for it and add it into their busy, crazy lives already as what? So those are like 17-year-old boys? No, 14?
14, 15.
14, yeah. You said 07.
07.
Yeah, okay. All right, so at UNT then, besides the coaching class, like what are you studying and like what's your future look like there?
I'm majoring in digital and print journalism and then minor in kinesiology. And so ideally I'd like to, have my the top goal to have like my own like sports website, I guess. And then maybe a podcast and like have articles and stuff. And then maybe like make appearance on like weekly radio shows and stuff like that. And then also like coach on the side too, like if I can. So
that's awesome. That's a lot. And you've already gotten, I don't know, how old are you?
22.
Okay, for 22, you've already gotten a lot of experience, and like you've managed to get really good internships. I mean, you're here at the Legends already, and you've had a full season seeing G League, basketball, the inner workings. You've now been on the sidelines for ODP stuff. You've seen a lot, but then tell me about other internships you've already done.
So I also, like these last couple weeks, I've gotten in with FC Dallas, and then I just kind of help It's honestly kind of like customer service. Like I'll just pass out promotional items and stuff as people coming through the gate.
On game day?
Yeah, game day.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also with the Dallas Morning News, I'll be helping them cover high school football games this season.
Cool. So. Cover on camera, writing. What do you think you're going to be doing?
So live scoring. So like for the Sports Today High School, the website, we'll like do the live scoring. And then after we're at like a little summary and then submit it to like our boss, and then he'll put it like on the website.
That's cool. Have you done stuff like that before?
I haven't. So that's my first actual like writing, like journalism type.
Yeah, that'll be a different, I feel like that'll be a different side of things, like totally different than what you saw here. Yeah. Different sport, obviously, but the pace of it and just how the expectations that like a lot is going to be expected of you to get it right? Like this is details, this is like, really high level journalism stuff, but like you got to really be paying attention and be on it. You're going to learn a lot.
They made it pretty clear, like it's pretty serious. So, but they
well,
said like,
I mean, it's not like Texas football
is anything.
You know.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
matter.
In a market like Dallas, if you're in charge of live scoring for Texas high school football, you can't be sleeping on that. Yeah, somebody will notice. Somebody will notice if you get something
But they
wrong.
tell us like when we first start off, they'll send us like slower paced games, so we're not just getting caught behind all these like high powered offenses, just like going and going. So
So when you like moved over into the journalism major, I guess, is that your major?
Yes.
Were there people that you watched growing up, like on TV, or you know, who are you watching as you grow up that said, I want to do something like that?
So I always like Matt Miller. He used to work for Bleacher Report, started like I think 2010. So I'd always just read his stuff, and then I think like 2017 or 18, he kind of started his own thing. And he has like his own website. It's called NFL Draft Scout, and it's like subscription based, so you have to like pay to read and stuff. And now he goes on ESPN every now and then, or CBS, or College Game Day, stuff like that. So
that's cool. That's exciting. That's a good example then, because like you said, you want sports website and you want to write and you want to like produce podcasts and all of those things. So we'll definitely keep in touch. You can help me do whatever you want, because this is fun. This is my 4.5 years, man. Yeah, 4.5 years that I've had Hustle and Pro, and so. You know, you can help me anytime, or if I ever need a sub, you can do some episodes and sit in, and sometimes I get co-hosts, all that good stuff. Yeah, it just depends on where I am that day. Like I'm kind of like backpacking it right now. Like we're here at Comerica. I'm recording all over the place. Some years I have like studio space, sometimes I don't. But anyways, so I look forward to like watching your journey and see where you end up and what you end up doing, and like how much you learn over this next year and see where it takes you.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah. So thank you for coming in. I know that you weren't working today, so you came and sat with me just to talk. So I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, I just moved into my new apartment, so I'll be going to IKEA right after this too.
Oh,
so,
yes.
So it
the
kind of works.
IKEA new apartment stuff. Awesome. Well, enjoy IKEA. Now that FISD is back in school, it might not be as crazy in there today. Maybe you can get out of there. I always get lost in there. So thank you for your time. No and thank you guys for listening or watching this episode of Hustle and Pro. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and go like us or follow us on Instagram. We'll see you next time.